Everyone, please watch to the end because in this video I'm going to explain this Stiochiometry question so that will be easy for those that will be writing any chemistry related exams. Now, but I will advise you that if you are watching this on TikTok, please click on the plus sign for you to follow me, and if you are watching this on YouTube, hit on the subscribe button and that on the notification bell so you'll be the first to receive our videos. Let's go. What mass of a divalent metal M, atomic mass equals to 40, would react with excess hydrochloric acid to liberate 0.224 dm³ dry hydrogen gas measured at STP? GMV equals to 22.4 dm³. This GMV is not a big grammar, just granular volume. It means 1 mole contains 22.4 dm³ at STP, standard temperature and pressure. Now let's go. In Stiochiometry questions like this, the best approach to take is writing out the equation of the reaction. Now we're going to write down the reactants. They are always in the questions. It says what mass of a divalent metal M plus would react excess hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Now from here you can deduce that a displacement reaction will occur because this metal M will displace hydrogen to get this metal chloride. Take for example, I have calcium and hydrogen chloride. If I were to bring about the product, I will have calcium chloride plus hydrogen. Why? Because calcium displaces hydrogen and is being given as calcium chloride. Let's move on. Now there's another thing you need to take note of. You know in chemistry words matter a lot. There is a divalent here. Divalent. What does this mean? It means this metal is having two valencies. Two valencies. Let's go. Now, according to the equation that was there before, if I say M plus hydrochloric acid, the product will be what? MCl. Because magnesium will displace hydrogen. So hydrogen will go, M and Cl will combine, and hydrogen will be left. There will be a 2 here. Why? Hydrogen gas is diatomic in its free state. When it's standing on its own, it's diatomic. It will always be in 2. And there will be a 2 here. Why? You see? Now, when magnesium is reacting with chlorine, in fact, when elements they are combined with another element to form a compound, there's what we call interchanging of valencies. Now, magnesium is a divalent. It has 2 valencies. Chlorine, as we all know, has 1 valency. So when they interchange their bonds, we have what? Interchange their valencies. We have M, 1. 1 is insignificant, sorry. There's no need of putting in 1. So we have chlorine. 2, they are interchanging to become what? 2. That is why we have what? You can say metal chloride because we're not giving the name of the metal, we can just say M chloride or metal chloride. Now we are going to do a balance the equation. There's 1 hydrogen here, there are 2 hydrogens here. So if I just put 2, this becomes 2 hydrogen, this becomes 2 hydrogen. This becomes 2 chlorine, this becomes 2 chlorine. 1M, 1M. Equation is balanced. Now let's move on. Now the question says, what mass of a divalent metal? Now I always advise, yes, to write down the parameters given. Now we're giving volume. Who owns the volume? Who owns the volume? So liberate 0.224 dm³ dry hydrogen gas. So the volume is attributed to what? Hydrogen. So that's 0.224 dm³. Now measured at STP, GMV equals to 22.4 dm³. So for volume at STP of hydrogen gas 2 is what? 22.4 dm³. No other parameters were given. And we are told to find the mass of this metal here. We are told to find the mass of this metal. Now for we to be able to find the mass of this metal, we will use the formula. Let's come to this side of the board. Observe. We use the formula. Number of moles is equals to mass over molar mass. Stick with me, we are getting somewhere. Now with the question, this is the mass we are looking for of the metal M. We are given the molar mass 40, but we don't have the number of moles. So how can we use this formula? We can get the number of moles from hydrogen gas. How? Now, we are given the volumes, both volumes. Volumes are STP and volume of hydrogen gas. So let's find the number of moles first of hydrogen gas. Now, what formula will relate number of moles and these volumes? Is number of moles is equals to volume over what? Volume at STP. Volume at STP. Let me divide this volume into two. Volume at STP. Therefore, number of moles will be equals to what? The volume is 0.224. Volume at STP is 22.4. When you divide it, you get 0.01 mole. When you divide it, you get 0.01 mole. Now, let's form a relationship. Now, questions like this, you bring out what the question is referring to. The question says, what mass of a divalent metal M, divalent metal M, would react with excess hydrochloric acid to liberate dry hydrogen gas? So it's dealing with these two. The divalent metal M and the hydrogen what? Gas. Now take note. The whole numbers here represent their number of moles. The whole number represents their number of moles. If I don't have any T here, it means there is 1 here. But if I have 2 and above, that's what you are going to write down. So therefore, having nothing here, it means I have 1 mole here, I have 2 mole here, 2 moles, I have 1 mole, I have 1 mole. So therefore, I have 1 mole of this metal will yield 1 mole of this hydrogen gas. Therefore, this 0.01 mole is of this hydrogen gas that we just solved for. So this 0.01 mole of this hydrogen gas will give us what? X mole of metal. So that we can form a relationship. So when you cross multiply, X will be what? 0.01 times 1 divided by 1, which is what? 0.01 mole of divalent metal. 0.01 mole of the divalent metal. So we've gotten the number of moles from that of hydrogen gas. Let's move on to what? To the other side of the board. Now, number of moles is equal to mass over molar mass. Molar mass is also the same thing as atomic mass. In the question, we've already been given. Now, with this number of moles, this is exactly what we solve for. Now, we are told to find what? The mass. Making mass solve for the formula, we will cross multiply. Mass will be what? Number of moles times the molar mass times the molar mass. Therefore, mass will be the number of moles is what? 0.01. 0.01. And the molar mass of the metal is 40. Even from here, as a good chemist student, you can say that this metal is what? Calcium. Exactly. You can say this metal is representing what? Calcium, because calcium has an atomic mass of 40 and proton number, or rather atomic number, 20. Let's move on. Therefore, mass will now be equals to what? 0.01 times 40. Easy. You don't need to press a calculator. If you move this 1, 2, you have 1 over what? 100. 1 over 100. You move it 1 to 1 over 100 times 40. This will give us what? 40 over 100. Because 40 times 1 over 100. 0 cancels 0. When I have something like this, 4 divided 10, 1, 0, I'll move it forward. If I move it forward, I will have 0.4, which is equal to 0.4 grams. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.